Dr. N.M. V, Chancellor and founder of Savita Institute of Medical and Technical Sciences. Teru Taga Masayuki, the Consul General of Japan. Dr. Chadram Sivaji, Vice Chancellor of the Institute. Distinguished dignitaries on the dais, distinguished faculties, invitees, heroes of the day, recipients of the degree, their proud parents, gracious ladies and gentlemen, Anaivarkum Vanakam. It's indeed a matter of joy for me to be here sharing your joy of this special occasion in your life, which you have earned through your hard work and determination. At the very outset, I would like to express my deep appreciation to Dr. N.M. Veerayan, the founder of the Institute, who has created an institute, a center of learning, education, an institute which has been growing in heights, achieving laurels, and producing capable young men and women, the proud citizens of our country. Education, we know, is crucial to the growth of an individual as well as growth of the nation. And a quality education is at the core of it. The fact that this institution, it has grown and its growth has been appreciated all over, including in accreditation, in National Institutional Ranking Framework, it speaks a lot. I myself had the pleasure of felicitating Savita Dental College for achieving the #1 rank in the country when we did that at Rajbhavan, Chennai. Through education, Dr. Veerayan has been doing a great national service, and he deserves all appreciation for what he is doing. And I wish this institute to keep growing from height to height and acquiring more laurels in its noble journey. Presence of Consul General of Japan is significant because India and Japan, the two countries, they have shared values, shared interest in making a peaceful world. Both countries are committed to their shared common values that peace must prevail in the world and the rise of the world must be a peaceful rise. The two countries have enormous potential to cooperate and help achieve the objective of creating a peaceful world. For a very long time, this potential was underutilized. But for the last some years, we have seen how it is blossoming. It is not just government to government, it is also people to people. And when the Consul General mentioned about you to have to, when you grow in your life, think of Japan, it means a lot that yes, we need to build further strengthen our people to people relation, institution to institution relation. And in this endeavor, I'm confident that this institute will play a very, very significant role with the academic institutions of Japan. We have a lot to share, a lot to learn from each other. This day is day of our young graduates. We are all here to celebrate your achievement. Friends, now, hereafter, you will be entering a new phase of life. For many of you, the phase of formal education will be over. Education is a lifelong process. We all keep learning till our last breath. But the period of formal education for quite a few of you will be over, and you are at the threshold of a new phase of your life when you will be earning, living, you will be raising families, and you will be doing your parents proud, your siblings proud, your friends proud, and the country proud. In this journey of yours, I wish all of you the very best. You are coming out of a prestigious institution, the institution which has been relentlessly pursuing the path of growth, going forward, not looking backwards. And this message you all need to carry in your individual life. You know, though for many of you, the professionals, those who are graduating, you have a good career in terms of your profession. Doctor, engineer, medical profession, pharmacist and all the nursing, technology, engineering and all, law. In this future journey of yours, I would urge you to be conscious of the moment at which the country stands today. It's not what it has been all the years in the past. The country is at a momentous phase. It is moving forward with a new confidence, new resolve, and with a sense of destiny. This country of nearly 1.4 billion people, this country has a great past and its future glories awaiting. We see how the changes are happening all around. We know that there is a paradigm change in the way the national leadership looks at the people, looks at the country. For a very long time, the governments used to be the driver of change. People had a limited role to play. Today, there is a realization and acceptance of that realization that a strength of the country is far more outside the government than within the government. And that's why an environment is being created for the strength, for the creative energy of our young men and women to blossom. It is because of this that until a few years back, when we had hardly 400 to 500 startups, today we have almost 80,000 startups. Over 110 of them are unicorn. This is the power of our youth. This is the power of New India. And it's people like you, the young men and women like you, who are doing it. Today, every field, by and large, every field is open to our youth. For a very long time, we kept the defense insulated, out of reach. For a very long time, we kept the space out of reach. Today, it's all open. And our young men and women are doing incredible things. They are building rockets, launch vehicles to carry the payloads at a far, far economic price. And the world is looking forward to them, and they are signing MOUs. This was unthinkable until a few years back. In all fields, in all conceivable human and field of human endeavor, our young men and women are doing incredible things. Now, for you, you have a choice. Follow the path which has been led so far, or be part of the change. And I'm sure you will like to be the part of the change. You need to appreciate your own strength, your own potential. With determination and resolve, there is nothing that you cannot achieve. Take risk. Do things which your predecessors have not done. No point in following the beaten track. And if you fail, don't let the failure defeat you. We have all failed in our life. I have failed multiple times. The only difference is I didn't allow my failure to defeat me. Failure is learning. It should give you a strength and energy to bounce back with the lesson that you have learned. Friends, we all know that we are at a historic phase of our country's life. We have entered the Amrit Kal. I said the country with a confidence is moving forward towards its destiny. And the destiny is an Atmanirbhar Bharat, Darsharp Bharatam, self-reliant country, self-reliant India. In next 25 years, we have to build it. And this is not something which is impossible, not something which is unattainable. We have been setting, for the last several years, we have been setting targets. At the time when the targets are set, people believe that, and many skeptics say say it is unachievable, but our people have achieved it long before the deadline. In 2016, when the country decided that we will have 100 gigawatt of renewable energy by 2025, because this country has taken a resolve to move towards carbon free. We have also set a deadline. The countries who are most responsible for the climate destruction, they are still reluctant. But India is moving forward. When 2016, when we set the target of 100 gigawatt, people thought it was unachievable. But our people have achieved it long before. Last year, September 2021, we have already crossed 100 gigawatt. We will do so in all the targets that we set. And this country has a history. Just not too long ago, until 200 years ago, India was the economic superpower of the world. You are all intelligent people, educated people. Go on the Google. In 1972, when economic historian Paul Baruch wrote a couple of essays saying that Europe became rich in last 200 years, America became rich in 100 years, it was India which was the economic superpower of the world. Many people didn't believe it. OECD countries, the club of rich people, rich countries, they didn't believe and they commissioned a study to study the global economy. And they appointed Professor Angus Madison as the chair of that. That committee, constituted by OECD, they published their report in 1982. A report is available on the internet. The world economy, millennial perspective. And it tells you how from the 1st century till 18th century, India was the economic powerhouse of the world. Almost 30% of the GDP was India's GDP. What happened in last 200 and odd years? A lot has happened. But the fact is that if this country had been for more than almost 2,000 years the leader of the world, there is no reason why it can't be again. We can redo it and we will redo it. But this has to be with a sense of unity, with a sense of determination, with a sense of pride. This country, the most severe damage that the colonial rule did to this country was the division. The unity of the people, institutions that sustained the unity, those institutions were destroyed. An education system was introduced which made us feel inferior about our own self, our own past. How many of us know that till 18th century, India was the largest producer of steel? Today, it sounds as if it's something, a fantasy. But there's a fact. India was the largest producer of steel till 18th century. 1840, when the British iron and steel company, Sheffield, which was the largest European iron company, when they sent 1,000 metric ton steel to Madras port, nobody bought that steel. And when they could not sell the steel, the question was asked why, and then Governor General of Madras Presidency gave reply, people here will not buy your steel. Why? Because steel is manufactured as a cottage industry here. A small for the local. There are more than 10,000 smelting furnaces in this country. The largest of in Madras Presidency, Ramnakpeta, which is in today's Andhra Pradesh. Furnaces which produce 1 metric ton a week, half a metric ton a week for the local needs. So they will not transport your steel from port and bear the cost. It won't. And the number two reasons why they will not buy your steel is their steel is of better quality than yours. And then Sheffield sent its team. He came to Madras. They studied the technology almost for 7 to 8 years. And then they carried the technology and they killed the industry here by force, by order. Now we have become a stranger to all these things. Our country is great. We need to be conscious of it. They also divided our country by giving all kinds of theories. Theory of race, theory of tribes, non-tribes, theories of all kinds. Then they divided this one beautiful country, Bharat. The student of laws, I know there are many students of law here who are getting degree today. You know that Constitution of India, Article 1 of the Constitution, introduces this country. This says Bharat. India, that is Bharat. What is Bharat? I think we need to think about it. What was the need for the Constitution, the founders of the Constitution, to introduce the word Bharat? That is how they introduced this country to ourselves. But we don't talk much about it. This great country of Bharat was built several thousand years ago. It was a civilizational evolution. It was not European notion of a state does not hold good here. European notion of a state is a ruler, a powerful king, conquers a territory, establishes the kingdom, and that becomes a country. That is how European countries were built. That is how America was built. In India, there was nobody. There was no ruler. It was the people of this country who built it. And how did they build it? There were multiple kings, multiple kingdoms. But for people of this country, there was no king. They were unmindful of that. They were moving from one end to the other for education, for pilgrimage, for trade. Friends, this place, Tamil Nadu, it has played a great role in the evolution of this Bharat. You know, hundreds of years before the Common Era, the leaders, the saints, the sages, the yogis of this place, they have moved around the country. How many of us know that Patanjali, we have now the world accepts yoga as India's gift to the world. And Patanjali, the yoga guru, his final resting place, Samadhi, is in Chidambaram in this very estate. Gorakhnath, another Korkar, who is known locally Korkar, he has spread yoga all over the country. His resting place is in Nagpatnam. Tirumular, great Tirumular. He just Ashtanga yoga. Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi originated here and it is spread over the whole country. For several thousand years, people from north have been coming to south, have been coming to visiting Rameshwaram is a lifetime dream. And visiting Kashi is also a lifetime dream of a people of this place. We are celebrating now, going to celebrate now Kashi, Tamilagam Connect. Is a one month long festival is going to commence 19th of this month, the first train is being flagged off today after a few hours from Egmore, Madras. History tells us that people from this place have gone and spread the light. When we talk about social justice, more than 1,000 years ago, Swami Ramanujacharya, from this place, he traveled to Kashmir, he traveled to Kamrup, which is Assam. He carried the message of equality, message of social justice. It originated here. He spread the light all over. Long before that, when there were some discrepancies in the society, our Nayanmars and Alwars, the Bhakti movement, which began here, it spread the light to the rest of the country. The movement has been both ways. People from the north, whether it is Sri Guru Nanak Dev, about 600 years ago, or Mahapurush Shankar Dev from Assam, almost 700 years ago. He came, studied at Rameshwaram, studied at Kanchi, went back, studied to Kashi, and when he went back to Kamarup, he composed the poem, Dhanya Dhanya Bharat Bhumi. The Bharat that is our country, it has been built by our people. It has been built by our people moving from one end to the other. It has been built by our social reformers. It has been built by our saints and sages, by our philosophers. This country, when Mahakavi talks about Bharat Mata, Sepumodi Padanetodial and Il Chintanai Undrudial. We may be speaking so many languages, but the heart one. Mahakavi became Mahakavi. The journey to becoming Mahakavi was accomplished in Kashi. Still, some of his family members still live there. We have a deep connect. Nearly 400 years ago, Kumar Gurbar, from where he went and established in Kashi on the bank of river Ganga, Kedarishwar temple. And his disciples came and built the temple near Kumbhakonam. Long before, to connect between Tamil, this place, Tamilgam, and Kashi has been the center for all. And so has been the Rameshwaram, all of the entire Bharat. When in the 12th century, when invasion started coming, invaders started coming from Central Asia and Near West. And Kashi felt the threat. It was Parakram Pandya, a Pandya ruler who built the replica of Kashi at Tenkashi. He built Vishwanath temple there. And today in Tamil Nadu, we have several thousand Kashi Vishwanath temple. It lives in our India, the Bharat lives in our heart. And we need to be proud of it. We need to be conscious of it. The smoke screen of ignorance which has been created in last about a century or so, which attempt was made right from the British time, it will not last. Because eventually, we all know, Satyameva Jayate, Vayamaiva Vellum. Truth only will prevail. And it will prevail, there's no doubt about it. Friends, you are all the builder of this country. The country looks up to you with a lot of expectation. In the next 25 years, by the time 1947, the country celebrates the centenary of independence, you will be at the helm of affairs, wherever you are. At the time, each one of you will ask yourself a question, your contribution to taking this country to its destiny. So, whatever you do in your life, you excel, give your best, make yourself proud, make your parents and your family proud, and that will make the country proud. Country is made of you. You don't have to do anything else. Just keep a thought that whatever you are doing, whichever profession you are in, do it best. And you're doing best, think of you are doing it for the country. That's all. You prosper and the country prospers. I'm sure the country is in the bright and beautiful hands. Thank you very much. All the best to all of you. Thank you. Romba Nandri. Jai Hind.